It's been 5 long years since the last Division story DLC, Warlords of New York, graced players' screens. Sure, the game has gotten continual support in the form of seasonal updates since that time, but the Division 2 has crawled along without a significant story update since March of 2020. As of May 27th, the Division 2 finally received its latest story expansion, and it's set in the most nostalgic locale of all. Remember the E3 trailer for the Division 1? The snowy Brooklyn streets were many fans' first glimpses into the Division, and that's where this DLC is heading back to after all of these long years, minus the snow, I guess. Though player counts aren't exactly what they used to be, the Division 2 still has a devoted player base, and it is banking on catching new players with its friendly onboarding features. While Battle for Brooklyn isn't altering the core gameplay loop the base game had, it's certainly the most substantial expansion the game has received since 2020. Here's everything you need to know before buying the Division 2 Battle for Brooklyn. Relatively newbie friendly. Ongoing live service games can be intimidating to start up for the first time, but games like the Division 2 make an effort to at least ease fresh players into its systems. This DLC is one such example with its immediate access to the new zone and content right out of the gate. And for Gold Edition buyers, there's an instant level 40 boost to get into the content with a better advantage. Coincides with the start of Year 7. Aside from the story DLC from 2020, 2023's The Descent was the latest large-scale expansion the game has had. As usual, large DLCs coincide with the start of a new yearly rollout of seasons. In this case, players can get a head start on Season 1, Year 7, with the recent beta update that went live back on April 25th. The update features a prototype build of the new season, minus the new zone and campaign, for a limited time. As revealed by the patch notes, Year 7 Season 1 introduces a new global modifier that streamlines builds with set bonuses for the firearms, stamina, and electronics attribute tiers. There's also new active and passive modifiers that reward smart team play. Lastly, this season introduces 1 new exotic weapon and 2 new exotic gear pieces. Yeah, modifiers and a handful of new weapons don't really seem all that exciting on the base level for casual players, but the DLC itself is where the meaty content lives. Revisiting Brooklyn. Ah, Brooklyn. Old school Division fans yearn to return to the snowy streets that started it all for this franchise, and now they can, except this time without the snow. The original Brooklyn stage only took place within a fast-paced linear story prologue, so expanding it out into a freely explorable open-world zone is a nostalgic bomb for fans well worth downloading the game again for. 2 large districts. The new Brooklyn map is divided into 2 districts. Brooklyn Heights is situated to the southwest of the player's main settlement, while the district of Dumbo is to the northeast. The deep dive video gives us a good look at the in-game map, cluing us into the fact that each district has 2 world missions each. Brooklyn Bridge is the most notable landmark throughout the DLC, as it neatly separates the 2 districts with its monolithic presence. Detailing historic environments tends to be the game's strong suit, so it'll be pretty neat to visit real-life landmarks like the Manhattan skyline and the Dumbo Manhattan Bridge waterfront, and of course, the Brooklyn Bridge itself. Main missions are separate from the open world. One thing players won't be doing is running through these Brooklyn districts within tightly crafted story missions, much like the Division 1 prologue briefly did. Instead, the devs opted to keep the main campaign missions outside of the Brooklyn map, instead cordoned off within bespoke mission-specific locations. It's interesting that they decided to do a 180 reversal of the Division 1's prologue in this regard. Players will do all of their open-ended exploration within the Brooklyn map and the DLC's campaign outside of it. Story. The story picks up mostly where the last story expansion left off, with Division agents cleaning up the mess that the New York City hurricane caused. Unfortunately, the Bridge settlement folk don't just have natural disasters to worry about. The Cleaner and Riker gangs have mass-produced a devastating new weapon aimed right at them called the Purple Flame. Much of the campaign involves stopping these gangs and presumably snuffing the Purple Flame out of existence. Returning characters. Longtime Division fans can expect plenty of familiar faces from previous games and DLC. Dr. Candle hasn't been seen since her role developing the cure for the green poison in the Division 1, and now acts as an essential ally for the Brooklyn Bridge settlement. We've already seen screenshots of Keener's old crew in the new DLC, such as Theo Parnell and Agent Hoskins, to just name a couple. 6 to 10 hour runtime. During the DLC deep dive, the creative director noted that the campaign will take anywhere between 6 to 10 hours to complete. Since the map is open-ended and filled with side activities, it's likely to take 10 or more hours to squeeze every last ounce of content out of it, with the main story path averaging around the 6-hour mark. Open world activities. Speaking of the content, we already have the full list of activities dotting the new map. Battle for Brooklyn will consist of 3 main campaign missions. This seems to be maybe dainty at first blush, but campaign missions typically range between 2 to 3 hours each, if at least past campaign missions are anything to go by here. There are 4 world missions with 2 in each district and 4 control points. The amount of living world activities is 12 here, while there are 16 world bosses to take out. If you like bounties, you're in luck because the DLC features 10 of them along with 8 hunter riddles scattered about the Brooklyn map. The most vivid environments yet. It's a delight to see the Brooklyn map looking so beautiful considering the amount of activities players will be engaging with here. The snowy winterscape from Division 1's prologue is replaced with a vibrant autumn landscape this time around. I'm surprised just how colorful and contrasting the outdoor environments look. I mean, it's not exactly the kind of ambiance that comes to mind when thinking of a Tom Clancy game. The foliage in particular looks highly detailed and full of warm fall vibrancy. World missions are now replayable. Finally, a highly requested feature makes its debut in Battle for Brooklyn: replayable world missions. World missions are basically the side missions of the Division 2. They take roughly half as long as the main campaign missions and take place within the open world areas of the game map. As stated, the DLC includes 4 world missions. New Corrosion Ailment. Your primary antagonist force in this DLC is the Cleaner Gang, though the only cleaning they do is the corrosive destructive kind, unfortunately. They've somehow managed to mass produce a corrosive purple flame flamethrower, which dishes out devastating ailments to players. Corrosion reduces max armor over a duration of time, whittling down players' max defense as long as they stay in range of the cleaner's attacks. There's a special brand of stress seeing your health bar shrink before your very eyes, and it looks like the Division equivalent to that is about to be a reality with the purple flame Corrosion Ailment. Smart Cover is back. Division 1 players will be delighted to know that the Smart Cover skill returns in all its glory with this new DLC. It's not exactly the same here though, so keep that in mind. Players will be rewarded for using cover points with their choice of an offensive or defensive buff reward. Specifically, the Precision Smart Cover variant enhances weapon handling and damage, and provides auto-reloading of rounds. While Fortified Smart Cover gives extra armor, perfect against the Purple Flame of course, various resistances including an OP stagger resistance. Pricing and additions. Considering the DLC's healthy 10-hour campaign, the price here isn't as eye-watering as we've been accustomed to over the months. For the Division 2 players, Battle for Brooklyn can be purchased as a standalone expansion for $14.99 US. New players will have to purchase the game and DLC separate or as a bundle with the Gold or Ultimate editions. Besides including the new DLC, Gold Edition adds on to the level 40 boost and Warlords of New York DLC. While the Ultimate Edition adds on a Year 1 pass, Ultimate Pack, and 1,000 credits on top of those perks. Release date and platforms. Battle for Brooklyn launches worldwide on May 27th for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS5, PS4, Amazon Luna, and PC. A Kinect account is required to play the game regardless of platform, but a small silver lining is players don't have to play exclusively through the Kinect launcher and can play through Steam or Epic. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.